WMX powered by Synchrony. These are women's motocross highlights from Pro Motocross at High Point. How about this debut? Just turned 17. That means she can turn pro, and Mela Herrick off to the races with a whole shot.
Yeah, she came out this first ever moto in WMX and was strong. She was able to get away about almost 4 or 5 second lead in that opening lap. Normally we're looking at the number one do that, but you can see her down the middle of the screen. She didn't get a bad start considering some of the starts this season, but that opening lap gap that she was down on the leader was phenomenal. So she goes to work on McCutcheon for 4th place here. You can see Nielsen in front of her, which she's going to work her way up in here at 3rd place. Nice pass. And coming into this race, Lala was 6th, so we weren't really sure on how she was going to feel. Well, she looked good this first moto, fighting all the way through. And this was the last lap. Van Drunen's in 2nd, but this was the rookie, the 17-year-old, happy birthday, winning her first ever moto here at High Point, moto number 1.
Unreal debut for Mela Herrick. That's on Friday. Now Moto 2, here's the problem. Herrick gets hit in turn 1, and she's in the center of that pile and down hard.
Yeah, that was tough. We end up having to red flag this, and going from the highs to lows of the sport, that's how quickly it can change. This is with Charlie Cannon, who had a so-so day yesterday. Probably disappointing for her, especially fighting this championship for Lachlan Turner. So great opportunity, but understandably, we had to red flag the race. Crazy moment in the race. This is Van Drunen, who finished 2nd. That first moto, her whole shot device got stuck, and so they ended up having to take her out. They had to throw oil in their motorcycle. There was a lot of stuff going on, but the second restart, it was the champ out front doing something she's done so far every race this year, pulling away, executing, and being under the weather. You knew she needed that gap. This is Van Drunen coming up through the pack. She did a great job at fighting, but that start, she was dead last off the gate. Not routing with that whole shot device really cost her. She's going to make her way up on the inside of Jarvis here for 4th place, but that was as far as she was going to go. Moment of the race, we've seen it a lot this year. A lot sometimes out front. Usually it's earlier. This is only with 2 laps left. She gets cross-rutted, knocks the wind out of her. Sick, tough. She picks up that motorcycle, but it's kind of becoming a thing with her. She's out front, and what's also becoming a thing is Charlie being there to pick up those pieces. She needed this race, and to come back, first ever 2nd moto victory here, but first overall in WMX this year. Charlie, exactly what she needed. Congratulations, that's your overall winner.
And perseverance pays off. 5th in the first moto. That's way below par for her, and she comes back to end up with the overall win with a 5-1. And then Drunen went through pretty much everything you can go through in Moto 2, but still ends up on the podium with the 2-4. Well done for her coming over from Holland. Nielsen 4th overall, Jarvis 5th. And man, get well soon to Mela Herrick. Not sure if her situation there with the injury in turn 1, what a debut it is. Turner has a just 6-point lead over Cannon, and now there's a large break. WMX will resume for the final 3 rounds of this championship in August. So we'll see what could change at that point for the WMX Series powered by Synchrony.